Hi, Simmies. Happy Saturday, and thank you for being here as always. I just wanted to do something a little bit different this time. So today I'm going to go behind the scenes of The Sims 4 and kind of show you how some of the gameplay features work. I had some people submit questions ahead of time, but if any of you want to know more or have questions as we go, please don't be shy and let me know what you want to know more about. So basically, like I said, the goal of the game is to kind of show you behind the scenes some coding, like what goes into the game, to hopefully answer some of your questions. So I might be going through some of this a little bit fast, but if you're a creator interested in modding, don't let this scare you. I'm trying to answer the questions quickly here, but I have over a decade of experience in coding and stare at these files all day, every day, which is why I can go so fast. But you absolutely do not need to go at this pace to create your own mods, and I promise I'll break it down more slowly in the future for other creators. But I really think it's so cool and powerful how some lines of code can build such a multi-dimensional gameplay experience. So that is kind of what I wanted to show you today. Most of the questions I got were about cottage living, and I'm just curious, how many animals does everyone have now for cottage living? Because, right, we have the llamas, the cows, the chickens, and then the bunnies, which are so cute. And then the birds aren't really, I would consider, I don't think they're more like the rest of the animals and foxes, but I love the bunnies. They're so cute. But yeah, so I'll be focusing, like I said, on the gameplay features. So let's dive right into one of the first questions. And that was, are the winners for the I think it's Finwich Fair chosen. And so that is one of many things you can look at in the code. So this is a program called XML File Finder. It was made by Skumbaba, who is a creator who's sadly no longer with us. But he's made some amazing mods, and this is one of them that lets you kind of look at all of the coding that goes into the game. So typically how I do this, so I'll try to find it by searching the name, and this pulls up all of the tuning files for the game by whatever name you search. So you can see here, these loots, these are like the rewards you would get, right? So you can see here, hopefully this is big enough for you all to see. But for these festival rewards, you can see there's different ones. If you get first for cow or crops, eggs, second, third, and then participation awards. And so the question was, how is the winner chosen? So let's see. So they're normally built up a few different ways. And these are interesting too. So there's actually a lot of cheats built into the game. So a lot of times if you shift click on your sim, you can add they're called buffs, but you can add it so like they always win first. I've always been a cheater at heart, so I really enjoy those. But these drama nodes, these are what are actually going to determine who wins the fair. So we'll just open one of these up. And this is basically what it looks like. So coming into here, you can see this contest duration is how much time in the game it lasts. There's some other notifications, so you can see here there's different ones depending on this one's saying the chicken you entered had some bad luck and didn't win, which I find that really funny. I love that. Here's the participation award. And so the scoring down here, you can see there's tests, so it's testing if it's a hen or a rooster, so it's making sure it's in the right category. And then the scoring method is what's actually going to choose if it is a winner or not. So actually in this case, this would be if it doesn't win. So we have a multiplier here. So the multiplier, basically this is just like a big equation where it comes out with a number at the end. So this is looking at how happy or sad, the animal object, which would be an egg in this case, or if it was happy. So if it's sad, you get a 0.5 multiplier. If it's happy, you get a 3 times multiplier. So obviously that's increasingly better. And then very happy, you get 8. And then as you go down, you can see if it does has the golden hen or golden rooster, you get another multiplier. Evil ones, I actually apparently do pretty well. If they're not hygienic, you get the half multiplier. And then you get a 3 multiplier for all of these different variations. So if you dress it up, you get, which I still find that hilarious. If you have a hat on it, all of these are basically the same. So it doesn't really matter what kind of clothes you dress them up in as long as they are dressed up in something. And then you can see here this multiplier. I kind of mentioned that earlier, the buff where you can cheat. So you can see if you have that enabled, you get this huge multiplier, which will outweigh anything else. And then also if you do the cheat to make them always lose, you get a 0 multiplier. So yeah, and then at the end, this is just setting, these are all just like the notifications and the rewards you get. So basically you want your animal to be very happy, you want it to be clean, and you want it to be dressed up, and bonus points for being evil or golden. And I'm pretty sure most of the time stuff like this is set up very similar to one another. So we can go look at the giant crop. I guess this is a pie, so a pie made with a giant crop. So again, testing for if it's the right one. And then here again, we have the multiplier. So if it's the highest quality, you get 10. And then, let's see, if it's, yeah, the giant crop. Let's see what the difference between these two are. Maybe this is one of the things too. Sometimes, like some of these mistakes here, you can see this is like, looks like it's the same thing twice. So this kind of stuff might be what people are seeing when they say this game is too easy. I've seen some mistakes in this code, which hopefully they'll fix. But yep, here we go, you know, high, medium, lowest, and then cheat. So really the giant crops, it looks like, are just based on the quality. That does, yeah, looks like they're just, oh, and then the difference between this, if it's a fruit or regular crop. So, yeah, it looks like the fruits get much higher than some of the, that's interesting. Yeah, see, they have this in here twice, so that might be an error there. But yeah, if you guys want to know what some of the other ones are, but it looks like it's really just a build-up looking at the quality, and obviously stuff like the golden ones are worth a little bit more than others. So the next question I had is, what happens to your animals when they, when your Sims go on vacation? So let's look at the llama. So basically, these are going to work kind of just like Sims, and which means when they're going to kind of work like Sims. So Sims, there is a setting, I don't think it's MCC, I think it's built in, where if they are in, you can put your NPCs to either be playable or not when you're not using them. So this is kind of the same, except that they're technically objects, just kind of like the babies are, except funnily enough, the animals have way more interactions than the babies. But basically, let's see if we can find one. But the objects work, they're all their needs are only going to go up or down when you're actually playing with them, or they're having an interaction, or they're idle. So let me see if I can find a good one here. So, yeah, but this is typically what I do, just go through and look at these. Let's see. I think it is animal objects. And sometimes they can be tricky to find. So if you're having trouble ever finding something, a cool thing with this program, here is the, like for example, this is the clean llama. So I know this is associated with the llama. So what you can actually do is do this browse references. And it's cool because it'll show you all of the things that are connected to it. And so we'll go, this is what the actual llama is here. And so let's look at this. So this is the base, this is the object tuning. So this is the main kind of like the highest level tuning that connects everything together. So you can see these different idle components. So this is what is actually going to make it when its needs go up or down. So when these are actually animating or the animals in one of these states, their needs will be going up or down. So whenever you're off the lot, nothing's going to happen to your llamas, or all of the animals are set up the same pretty much. And they'll just, go as if when you left, they'll be the same when you come back. Yeah, these are where, if you see some of these names, they're pretty funny that they set them for some default templates if you want. But yeah, there's a lot of different settings in here. The babies have hardly any of this, but the animals will be totally fine if you leave them. And let's see. I actually ended up getting a lot of questions about CC, which I wasn't trying to focus on here. So I think one of the last ones focusing on cottage living was, why, a lot of people have asked why the giant crops are so easy to grow, so hard to grow. So we'll go look at that one. And let's see. And again, these are where you can see there's actually like a ton of debug cheats built in. So again, these are like shift clicked to change all the settings. All of the plants actually have these. For like the regular plants, you can change their watering state or make them grow faster or grow slower. You can basically put them in whatever state you want. And the same is with the giant crops. And it's always funny to look on the back end how you can like water the giant crops by crying, which is pretty funny. But we'll go look at this one. And so I think it's the time. They didn't put a lot of information in their question, but they said it's harder to grow, so I don't really know if that means it grows slower or they have to water it more. But the only thing I did notice when I was looking through these are the amount of like fertilizer and some of the settings are different than regular plants. But it also, the plants are really dependent on all the traits of your sim, also your lot traits, and then the soil you put it in, if it's in a planter or if it's on the ground. So there's so many things that really depend on a lot of different settings. So if that's something you guys want to find, or if you find that useful, I can kind of summarize it instead of looking through it here to show you like all of the different combinations that help make these grow faster. Or some people said it was too hard, some people say it's too easy. But I will tell you one thing is that I can't believe there is only one sprinkler in the game, which came with seasons. So I am actually getting close to releasing my sprinkler set, which you can place indoors, outdoors. You can choose the size of the area it waters. You can do automatic watering. So there's tons of features, and that'll be base game compatible. So hopefully that helps a little bit with all of the different gardening needs, and especially fertilizing too. I think you have to do completely by hand. So hopefully that'll help. But with that, I'm sorry, I am going to wrap it up a little bit quick tonight because I am trying to get back to releasing a ton of stuff for you guys. For the farming, I'm working on some inventory mods so you guys can store all of your crops. And also there was a lot of people saying that their kids were eating their food or all of the ingredients instead of using them for cooking. So I'm working on a bunch of stuff, and I've been really excited. So I'm hoping to get that out to you guys in the next day, or probably like maybe Monday or Tuesday at the latest. So, But if any of you enjoyed this or there's creators who want to know more, I wanted to kind of go into more of like the coding and background, but that's, if that's more of an interest for creators, I can totally try and focus on it and break it down in a little bit more detail. But I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And if you have any more questions, feel free to always submit them to my Discord or Tumblr, or I still have the submission for this open, and I can touch base on it anytime in the future. But have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye.